Hello everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this card making project. In this project we're going to make a gorgeous wedding card using lots of Anna Griffin items. Now I'm going to start off with, I normally sort of say to you that I'm going to use this base or that base. Well, I've had a question this week about making a 7x5 inch card base. Now this is the favourite size that I work with. I've tried to change the sizes that I use, but I always find myself going back to 7x5s. To make a 7x5 card from a 12x12 scrapbook sheet, you need to cut a section of card that measures 10 inches by 7, and then you simply score it through the middle, so you measure up to 5 inches, score and then fold. It isn't 2 sheets of paper, it's just 1 sheet, and you can use it as a landscape card or a portrait card. For this card I'm going to use it as a landscape. So I'm going to start off and do the inside as we always do to show how to make something pretty for your inserts. Just going to score the fold on my card to make sure it's a nice sharp crease. Everything I do use for this I'll put in the description box below. Be sure to click the word show more and you'll be able to see all the details, the information and the links. If you've ever got any questions, please feel free to ask and I love hearing from you. Okay, so for the inside I'm going to start off with, I've got a piece of ivory paper which is roughly between 100 GSM and 120. I've already added the double-sided tape on the back of it, and I've hand stamped wishing you all the best just at one side of it, not in the centre but just on the left hand side. So I'm going to start off by simply sticking this into the card. So I do know how much you like seeing all of the insert ideas, because it is nice to have something pretty inside. So I'm sticking the insert quite high up to the edge of the fold on the card. I've also inked the edges just around the insert panel. So once that's stuck in, because I'm using lots of different things from Anna Griffin kits, I thought it'd be really cool to add a flower. Now this was a 3D flower and it was from the Floral Impressions Kit actually. I've been left with lots of different bits and pieces and I thought it is ideal to use them up. Now it was a 3D flower, but I've actually peeled 2 of the layers away to be able to be left with a flat flower, because I want it to go on the inside and I want my card to be able to fold when I've finished decorating it, obviously to be able to pop it in an envelope. So I'm just going to peel the tape away from the back. I've also added a little fold of ribbon and I've cut the tails into a flag finish, only because I don't want the ribbon to fray, and I find adding it as a flag, cutting it into a little V, that helps with the ribbon fraying. So I'm just going to add the flower to the underneath of where I've stamped. I'm not too fussed about covering the bottom of the stamp where it's the calligraphy swirl, because it can add to the pattern. And that is the inside finished. So it's pretty, quick and easy, and it will go with the front of the card. So next we'll go to the front, and I'm going to start off with, I've got a layer of grey cardstock. I'd like to say it's silver, but it is grey. It's not a metallic layer, and this is one of the only things that isn't Anna's. This is a basil cardstock, and I wanted it for the texture rather than the actual metallicness, because I know Anna's got some great cardstock, but I didn't want the metallic on this. So I'm just positioning it on our card to make the first layer, and then the next layer I've taken a piece of white cardstock, I've run it through the embossing folder, and this is for the floral bouquet embossing folders, the spring embossing folder. Oh, do you know, I'm mincing my words now. I'm going to have to put the proper title below, I can't remember. And I'll also put the name of the folder as well. I've taken it through the embossing folder, through the machine, and then I've inked it with some pink ink, and I've actually made it more darker in the corners than the centre. So I'm going to add this to our previous layer. I've already got double-sided tape on it, so I'll just peel the back of it away, and we'll add that. Now, I've got to admit, I've been asked, because the embossing folder, the pattern runs portrait rather than landscape. Somebody said that they didn't like that. I personally don't mind, because I'm looking for the texture rather than the actual pattern. So when we finish, you won't see so much of it and it won't be noticeable. So that's our next layer. Next, what I've got is 2 rosettes, and I've already got double-sided tape on the back of them, and you'll have to forgive me because I haven't prepared these, so it's just going to take me a moment to peel the back off. In fact, I tell you what, we'll just go straight ahead and add some glue and do it that way. And I'm going to add the 2 rosettes at either side of the card, like that. There we go. And then next I've got 2 of the flowers that are the same flowers from the flower that we used on the inside, and I've already added double-sided tape on the back of these, and I'm just going to position them slightly over the actual rosettes, so they're kind of on a slope on the card, and go that way like that. Now this is a really simple and quick card. Next, what I've got is I've got a sentiment that again was from the Floral Impressions Kit, and I've also got a tail as well, a double flag tail. I'm going to stick the double flag tail to the back of the sentiment like that, and I've already added 3D foam on the back. Now, because of the height of the flowers and the rosettes, I've actually got a triple layer of 3D foam. So don't be frightened of using more than one layer, because it will give you the extra height. Obviously I'll need a slightly wider envelope, or an envelope that's a little bit bigger, but a lot of envelopes are very generous anyway. Okay, so I'm sticking the sentiment through the middle between the 2 rosettes and the flowers. And the last thing that I've got for this is a little satin bow that I've already added a glue dot to, and I'm just going to add a little bit of extra glue to make sure it has a good hold, and I'm going to add that to the top of the sentiment like that. And that is our card finished. And I want to say, as always, it's such a pretty card, I'm sure you'll agree, but it really is a pretty card, and ideal for anyone getting married. I'm sure they'd love to receive it. I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and I hope it's given you lots of ideas, because that's why I do this. I love sharing my ideas, and I love showing what you can do with gorgeous products. So thank you for watching. Please feel free to comment. You can find me on Facebook, and hopefully I'll see you again next time.